Good Morning Cybertron is a podcast intended for adults and is not suitable for those under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, it's James Roberts here from IDW, and you're listening to Good Morning Cybertron because you've got too much time on your hands.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Cybertron!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Good Morning Cybertron. I am your host, Scott. Today, I am fairly certain I was attacked by a ghost. I was talking to a friend about how I had a dead man's rack and ruin. And then I'm fairly certain the ghost of a very autistic, very not well-liked Transformers reviewer who died maybe 2-3 years ago started to attack me and during a coughing fit. But I threw a Snickers at it, and it left. With me today, slightly more friendly. It's Holson.
Hello. No ghosts, but we did have a blizzard, so that was fun.
It's white. It's dangerous. Yeah, that makes complete and total sense. How many inches of snow did you get over there?
About 3, I think. 3 inches.
Does 3 qualify as blizzard material right now?
Well, I mean, it's more like the strong winds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
Fair enough.
we're not getting a lot of snow, but it was really freaking windy. So
you're gonna get some lovely snow. You're gonna get some lovely snow drifts, eh?
Yeah, probably.
That voice you heard from another barren, snow-covered wasteland. It's Thomas. How you doing, little buddy?
It's definitely very barren.
Well,
I hate this place.
Welcome to Canada.
Oh, no.
Thomas says, I hate this place. Man.
The mask finally falls away.
Yeah. And from the shadow of Google itself, it's Xavier.
This place is all right.
Yeah, you got Google. You get to see the reptilian overlords deal with the planet, what have you. Dwayne Marsh says, made it. Hello, Dwayne. Lovely to have you. Oscinator says, hey, back for more fun. Oscinator, I have been watching your videos. They are so much fun. They're just... It's nice and relaxed. I loved watching your stuff, man. Fantastic. I'm going to be holding myself a little bit weird today. I fucking wrenched my neck out. It was... And it's like hurts like right here all the way up into my ear. And then last night, I took some painkillers. I got some sleep. And all of a sudden, the side of my face started to vibrate. It felt like there were tiny, tiny worms crawling all over the side of my face. And the first thought I'm having at 3 a.m. is, I'm having a stroke. So, so I go into the bathroom and I do that. Is my smile crooked on one side? I close my eyes, stick out my tongue to make sure it's not going from one side to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I didn't count 9 or 8 or 11 or 12 or purple or some weird shit like that. No, so it was just like, no, I think I got a fucking pinched nerve in the back of my neck. I wrenched my neck, but I'm telling everybody this story just so I can segue to, I was accidentally on a podcast on Saturday, and I'd like to say thank you to the boys. Ugly Wretch. I was watching Ugly Wretch's live stream, and it was just like, yeah, okay, tap, tap, tap. I like that too. Putting it in the comments, much the same way Dwayne Marsh is saying hello. Oscinator is saying thank you, sir. You are quite welcome. Hello. So I'm like typing, oh yeah, the Waspinator thing. Yeah, some of the Hasbro stuff is a hollow mess, but I think they're doing a good job, stuff like that. And the hollowness does bother me. And then all of a sudden I hear the phrase, do you think we should invite Blunghole on? He's probably not going to come on. Let's just throw out the link and see what happens. So I went, I put some groceries away, came back, kind of did my hair up nice. And, I'm meeting someone new. I better. And I got on there. And hey, hello everybody. Hello there. And it was just, I had an hour with the guys. Had an absolute blast with them. Corey, Turtle Tank, hello buddy. Had an absolute blast with those guys. So hopefully sometime in the future we can get together, maybe do some sort of simulcast with those guys. Because I'd love for my crew to meet Ugly Wretch's crew. Because you're both all beautiful, beautiful people. Oscinator says
we'll
I should watch
very
some of
Dark
that.
Alley. We'll bring out the switch knives, and then we'll let Michael Jackson's "Beat It" play in the background as we dance in synchronicity, trying to one up each other with choreographed style dance moves.
I'm gonna get beat to death by a Puerto Rican.
He seems like he could do it.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, that's the name.
Yeah.
Down the train, Puerto Rico. I don't know how to speak very much Spanish. I had a friend, Mera, and she always said that I spoke telenovela. I spoke soap opera Spanish. So she would only teach me phrases I would say in a soap opera, like, "Oh, Veronica, mi esposo no comprende mi amor por tú," and which translates to, "Veronica, my wife doesn't understand my love for you." It's, but as always, Good Morning Cybertron is brought to you by the lovely, the amazing SirToys.com. Let's get over here. Do I have? Well, I feel like a fool. I'm very embarrassed by my lack of preparation. SirToys.com. They have something really, really neat going on over here. This military tanks. It is Transformers. I love these guys though. A while ago they had these guys in camouflage, and I missed out on them. These are two tanks, and they combine into one robot. But each one of the tanks has the individual robot mode as well. So it's one of those things where I'm looking at this going, do I buy it? Do I don't buy it? Do I wait for the camouflage? Do I just buy the multicolor? I'm going to hold off on this for right now. But that doesn't mean somebody here can't get in on the beauty, the joy that is the tank crossover. Look at these glorious, ugly, beautiful tanks. They're like Tilda Swinton. They're ugly, beautiful. It's
that tank looks like an entire McDonald's.
It does. It does.
You want some ketchup dispensed with that?
This is Grimace and Ronald right here.
I'll make you Grimace.
Weird off-brand duocon thing.
War comes to the land of the Burger King. It's this though, these beautiful guys that combine up to just this really cool combiner. $20. So you're getting essentially two leader class to Voyager class, tall Voyager, short leader class figures that combine up into one honkin' massive combiner. $20.
That's pretty
Can't
big,
beat
yeah.
that. Can't beat that. Do us a favor.
Boy.
If you want this or any one of the other amazing figures over at Sir Toys, and let's be honest, maybe you want some crap too. There's some crap toys over at Sir Toys as well, but even the crap is beautiful. It has its place. If you want that, do us a favor. Click that link below. It'll be in the show notes. It'll be over on the podcast page, what have you. But if you're like me and you like typing stuff out and showing off how much you have memorized, you can just type in www.sirtoys.com/?A=16. You get what you want. You don't pay a penny more. Paul gets what he wants, your business, and we get a little something on the side to keep the lights on. Oscinator says, was on once too. I was not very politically correct. Did you hear the jokes I was making last week? Have you heard any of the show? It's okay. I think they like it. Dwayne Marsh says, podcast crossovers are always fun. Oscinator, in reply to the tank, say, they do look cool. And Corey Turtle Tank 82 says, back with vanilla bean coffee. You lucky I've got cinnamon French toast coffee out here that I can't wait to try. I'm waiting until after the show, until I finish my Georgia Peace iced tea. Who saw this coming?
Oh, these.
These?
You mean these?
Yeah, these. This stunned me. We have War for Cybertron figures revealed. Now, granted, they went for what's that?
This is confusing, but say your piece.
Yeah, they went for 2 figures we already have. Optimus, although this time in a Voyager class. Bumblebee is a deluxe, and now they're giving us Barricade. Barricade looks freaking awesome. I'm a little worried about him standing. He doesn't look like he has much of a heel. But if he's standing here...
feet,
yeah. I pre-ordered all of them because I'm a schlup. But these things... This is great. And the one thing that I want you to keep in mind, and we'll discuss this too, keep this in mind. This opens up 3 new possibilities for Titan class figures. This opens up your Trypticon, this opens up your Omega Supreme, and this opens up your Metroplex. Now I myself
also well,
go
you
ahead.
can also get your retake, your retrained version of your Bruticus. Make that
yes. God, we need a new Bruticus. Yeah.
Yeah, because that one was an abomination. Holy shit.
And it wasn't the Combiner abomination. It was just an abomination. That Bruticus was an affront in the eyes of God.
So maybe we can get a do-over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I assume that's the entire point of this line, because besides the Barricade, which is just like, you don't studio series a figure that's never had a figure before, but they're doing it, and it's like, okay, this is a unique take on it. Bonus, I do like that the symbology for the studio series video game line has a little D-pad controller next to the designation of what number it is in the series now.
I did not notice that until you mentioned it.
Two
it's a
things,
D-pad.
though?
Hold on, almost done.
Oh, okay.
So the other, but this is just quick. The way to like basically redo something, and it is just infuriating how much kibble and time and effort it took for War for Cybertron Optimus Prime to be transformed. He had the largest folding gate instruction booklet ever for a deluxe figure I had ever seen. It was insane. It was
that
like
thing
a Playboy
was fucking
centerfold.
massive. Yeah,
He had a lot of parts.
And then the thing that was just like absolutely utterly terrifying about it was they did the exact same thing for the candy kit. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. They're doing it again.
That thing.
I reviewed that thing, and I was just like, there's 25 steps for a fucking candy kit. This is nuts.
Absolutely insane. Well, remember, they made that giant. There was a giant KO of that Optimus Prime. Does anybody? And I mean, it looked good as a fucking giant KO. Hold on here. Amazing. It really does. So we're gonna do available now, and let's do.
There was even
Optimus.
one in purple that looked amazing.
Let's see. We're gonna do Optimus yellow, because I think they did make a yellow one. No. Okay. Cybertron Optimus. Boy, I'm really digging the bottom of the barrel here. It might take me a little while to find this Optimus. But, I mean, this thing was massive. It was giant. And it didn't look bad at all. Let's see
Which
here.
mold was it?
It was the War for Cybertron. Here we go. There's all of them.
Like a super mega giant that thing had a lot of parts, didn't it? Like that mold. Yeah.
Let's take a look here. While I'm looking for this, let's see here. Oscinator says, I pre-ordered Barricade Prime. Prime and B are weird. Skip for now. Dwayne Marsh says, Barricade looks interesting. Agree. Bumblebee looks sucky. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Prime is a chunky monkey, good for customs. And Oscinator says, what's that?
Oscinator says, Maker Gun Optimus Prime. Look at the face on that thing.
Well, yeah. Hold on. You got to stay focused. You got to channel that attention deficit disorder, man. You got to stay focused. There's 570 of these. Man.
They take you a hot second.
Yeah. You know what? Was that it? Did I just pass it? I'm kind of wondering if it might be near the last because WFC.
Paul for Cybertron knockoff.
Huh.
But orange one, but yeah. It's not.
Back. Okay, if I don't find it on this page, you're just gonna have to take my fucking word for it, because this is not good radio. Wow. Look at all this, man. And of course it's not good radio, Scott. There's images.
Now we're just padding out the time.
Oscinator says, I read that Activision got the rights again to make Transformers games, hence the new toys. That makes sense. Boy, I'd love to see some. These were some of the best games that the Transformers were ever in.
No question.
Yeah, if we could do a trifecta: War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and throw in, just for the shits and the giggles, Transformers Armada for the PS2 remastered.
Yes.
Could you?
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the fucking war? The army builders, how much they'd sell if they made Decepticlones?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and they could just make up some bullshit further if they wanted to have them have alt modes.
Yeah. Fucking lay down and stretch out your arms. It's a fucking aircraft there.
Turn them into guns. Turn them into, like, target masters or whatever. Simple.
You know what I always thought was a missed opportunity when it comes to Transformers games? When you make a collector's edition, why not include an actual Transformers toy with that? Wouldn't that have been amazing?
They didn't have that sort of marketing thought process back then, because they were just worried about the game selling first of all, like the huge collector's market.
I mean, other studios and other games had like statues and stuff.
Well, not during PS2 era, which is what the Transformers.
I'm talking about all games, like even War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and stuff like that. Even the movie tie-in games that weren't that great. Like,
why didn't they do
like a missed opportunity?
More kitschy shit?
A little toy to go along with it. Put in that, weirdly proportioned Beast Wars Megatron with everything. They've got about fucking 1,000.
That was the toy line. That was the whole thing. Like Hasbro, or no, not Hasbro. I forget who developed the War for Cybertron games.
Activision. They didn't have the thought process of, well, we're gonna deluxe out the games with extra features and shit, because I know that they were really banking on, we do the game and you do the toys and that's it. So when it came to, like, we need to do like over expanded editions, they didn't have the herewith too, because it's like the same marketing process you have to put in with the movies. You can't do anything until there's a product. And Hasbro, I think, wasn't it like the games came out first and the toys were like 6 months later or something like that? It was a while. It did seem to be a while.
Can you,
Dwayne, let's see here. Turtle Tank 82 said, will they do a War for Cybertron Soundwave? The X Got My Generations one. I mean, you know, I couldn't see them not dusting it off. I would have thought they would have stayed away from characters they've already done. I gotta say, I'm looking at Bumblebee here, up on the screen, and I think the original one is better. This one's got a weird torso.
I was thinking the same thing. The original one was very close to the model in the game.
Yeah.
And actually, like, had that sort of metallic. The one that I have anyway has this like metallic sheen to it.
No, they
and,
did
like,
do
it
that.
looks
for them, yeah.
good. Yeah, it looks good in both modes. This thing, I don't know what's going on with him. He's got that like animated Ratchet torso.
He fucking looks pregnant. Bumblebee's
Yes.
preggers.
Can it be mistransformed?
I thought so too, but then they did like a CAD turnaround of it on another post, and it looked the same. God, I hope it's mistransformed. I really do.
This has what I might call good enough energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The designer was like, all right.
Gigatwin says, "Oh, go ahead, Holson."
The transformation of the original was kind of a pain in the ass to get into car mode.
Yeah, it had those little tiny pegs where it was like, here's a 1 millimeter peg that goes into a 1.3 millimeter hole, and the feet were a freaking nightmare. Gigatwin says the two games that High Moon and the Armada game were great games. Yes. Oscinator says, I love Cybertron modes. Hope they release a lot more. Oscinator, I know the line is shit, but if you love Cybertron modes, for me, the coolest Cybertron modes out there were for the Titanium line. Mike's World, buddy. The proportions on this Bumblebee look better, but in the end, I would still rather get the original generation's Bumblebee from 2011. Agreed. Dwayne Marsh says, I noticed the feet on B. They are the sucky part. And finally, Mike's World says, I do at least appreciate how they are making the arm detachable to pull off the transforming arm gun gimmick from the game. Yes, I agree. Transforming gun arms, fucking fun.
Oh, yeah.
They are original models, which I like, but man, it's another missed opportunity for Flying Saucer B again. I thought this was supposed to be like Studio Series stuff.
Well, that's Studio Series game, so they're... You know, Flying Saucer B, we got that from the cartoon. This is more along the lines of Cybertronian. This, I think I'm going to keep my War for Cybertron B and Cliffjumper as like my go-to guys for that game. And this dude will be the dude that's dead and gets rigor mortis in the IDW comics.
Have you noticed like the guns that are coming with these are closer to the models that were in the game too? Like Barricade's gun is clearly the Scatter Blaster, and this thing I think is the Null Ray.
Mm-hmm. And let's get over to Chunky Monkey Optimus here.
Yeah, I think that's the Path Blaster he's got.
Let's see here. There he is.
Yeah, isn't that the Path Blaster?
God help me. This looks like the Cybertron version of the Combiner Wars Optimus.
That is one insane axe. Holy shit.
Very angry looking.
I'd hate to see the tree that he's going to use that on.
It's going to look like the tree from Elden Ring, just pure golden light, refuses to die.
I'm here to cut down Yggdrasil.
You can try, bitch.
Looks like that axe has more than one configuration too.
It does. It does look that way. Because you get back here and it's almost like there's two blades on this one. Like, you know, there's two heads to it. But then you get over here and you know, you have just the one head.
It's more of a one-sided.
Mike's World said they also recently did a side-by-side comparison between the game model and the new figure, and boy, was that a bad idea. All game detailing was removed and paneling on par with Masterpiece B 2.0. Yeah, I saw that, and it was definitely left a little bit to be desired. Turtle Tank 82 says, Bumblebee's saying, Scott, you want me so bad. One more little yellow bastard you need in the collection. Give me the creeps, Corey. I like it. Mike's World said, War for Cybertron Optimus is the purest definition of wide load. Agreed? He's got gorilla features. Dwayne Marsh says, B does look like the rigor mortis spot. Yes! Ratchet's doing an autopsy. For those that don't know, in the IDW comic, there's like some guy protesting the new government. And I think it's Ratchet doing an autopsy. And they've got the dead body, and all of a sudden the body just transforms right on the mortuary slab. And like it freaks everybody out, and he goes, it's rigor mortis. Sometimes after death, the body reverts to the form that they were the most comfortable in. Sometimes it's the vehicle mode like this.
Oh.
It's just a reflex.
Rigor mortis. Yeah.
That's really fascinating, actually.
I'll tell you what, IDW was great for that. They gave him lore, religion, psychological problems. They were great for world building. Rigor.
It was very intelligently, like, there was, like, they even, like, kind of got into, like, some form of body dysmorphia. Mm-hmm. But it made a lot of sense. Like, apparently that was something that a lot of the Cold Forged people experienced.
Yeah.
Right? Because like they were sort of forced into the way that they are.
There it is, rigor mortis.
Damn.
Yeah. Bumblebee is startled by a nail. I'm gonna do this. Let's Google rigor mortis. No, I did not mean rigor mortis. Let's go rigor mortis. Yeah, there it is. And you can see it's like the little fucking car from War for Cybertron.
It's totally what that is.
Yeah.
If somebody attacked it with a crowbar a whole bunch of times.
Well, apparently what had happened was, to protest, he just kept transforming back and forth until his T-cog burned out.
Oh.
So...
I think in Transformers Animated they actually they called those transform ups.
Giga Twin says, anyone here remember the Carbot War Axe from about 8 years ago? This Optimus Prime axe looks the same. I think that's yeah, I do remember that because I wanted it, didn't want to spend the money for it, and then a few years later got a 3D printer. That axe was one of the first things that I 3D printed.
Yeah, I remember the Corbot axe was faithful, and the War for Cybertron axe was just like plastic gray, like just regular gray, and everyone's just like, it's okay, I guess. And then Corbot put out the accurate axe, so everyone's just like, well, that's much better. And then after that time, I don't remember how far along it was after War for Cybertron had dropped. But I was like, I'm already on to the next wave of shit. It's like War for Cybertron's been put away, half transformed, because I have no fucking idea how to put it back into car mode.
One deluxe figure, 87 steps. When the fuck did I buy a masterpiece? It's
some of those. That's how they felt. Yeah.
And then the fucking Fall of Cybertron fig was not only like horribly light diluted plastic, but way simpler, and it sucked.
Oh yeah, that almost in the entire Fall for Cybertron line was like a big disappointment.
Yeah. It was
I think Shockwave was pretty decent.
Shockwave was decent. Yeah, he actually had two hands for once, multiple weapons, the light piping, and I was just like, whoa, I thought light piping was on its way out. But no, that Optimus, light as a cake topper he was. Oh my god!
Fist on wheel.
I think weren't they experiencing like some significant crunch, they were suffering economically a lot back then.
No, they were
having to make everything lighter and smaller, and I don't know. I think that's what happened.
That was maybe the official statement. I can't remember that far back, but I just remember going, I am fucking disappointed by how chintzy these are. They were smaller, light, and it was definitely Hasbro going, "No, we're just gonna save money. We don't want to make a denser figure." It's like, fuck you then. I'll steal it.
Dwayne Marsh says IDW covered a lot of ground. Yes, they did, and they did it well too. Turtle
Oh,
Tank
yeah.
82 says Optimus Roid Rage Mode. Yeah. fucking look at my Matrix. Do you even lift your Matrix, bro? Oscinator says video game Megatron is one of my favorite Megatrons. Hope they make him bigger. Oscinator, I got good news for you. There are listings that show that that video game Megatron is on the way. So super happy.
Oh,
for
there's
that.
also
Right.
there's also the Takara Tomy version of the Megatron and the Optimus 2-pack where they're both Decepticons.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mike's World says, I want to talk about this. Mike's World says, I don't get how that protester thought constantly transforming as protest would make a difference. Isn't that like protesting poor working conditions at Amazon by bench pressing outside their warehouse? Yeah, it kind of is. Let's talk about that for a second. I agree. Anytime that you protest and your protest ends in death, then you lose because you are no longer a thorn in that side. You may have made a strong message, but if your protest ends in your own death, then it doesn't matter. There's one less person in the fight. I think about that monk who was protesting the Vietnam War. He set
Self-immolation.
himself on fire. Right? You can watch the entire video. They poured gasoline on him, lit a match, and he sat there very calm. But here's the thing. I want you to really ask yourself, yes, he was protesting the Vietnam War, but what were the intricacies of that? What was the details of why he was protesting? I'd like to know. I would like to know very much, but I don't, because he's dead. So his death, it was kind of pointless. I'm very sorry. You took yourself out of the equation. You're now worthless, but you did make one kick-ass album cover. I will say that.
I will say the best way to make a sequel of that statement, if you ever feel the need to do it, is do what Chef did from South Park. Say you're going to do this in protest, and then you light a monk on fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
My God. Bill Burr has this wonderful routine where he talks about he's driving down the road, and if he just moves his hand 10 degrees to the left and gets up on the sidewalk, he'd be famous. You know, where it's like, you know, if he's just driving, it's like, oh, why don't you come over, bring your potato salad to the picnic? It was a big hit. 10 degrees to the left. One of the worst tragedies America has ever seen. He didn't even try to slow down.
Speaking of tragedies, one of the tragedies of the games is that we never got a toy of the lever bot.
No, we did not. This is it.
Any chance we could get him?
Even as a mini-con.
Yeah.
Even as a fucking
I would
mini-con.
like that.
Yeah, they really need to make him in some capacity, even if he was like the size of a bot or something. Right?
Scott was so
Oscinator
desperate
says-
for that fig, he made one.
Yeah. 3D printed it. Oscillator says, cool. Who else is on the list? I don't have the list offhand, but I do believe that Starscream is on that list. And honestly, why wouldn't he be? You can do that at least 6 times. Gigatwin says, I have 2 of those Carbot axes, and I used one of them as the weapon for Combiner Optimus from Combiner Wars, and it's a very well-sized weapon for that Combiner. I like that idea. I might steal that from you, dude. Mike's World says, Jeepers, never heard about the Vietnam protesters. That's some cannibal Holocaust level creepiness. Mike's World, I am gonna have to talk to you about some shit. The fact that you even mentioned Cannibal Holocaust means that you and I are working on the same level. Turtle Tank 82 says, I like the new Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. The X got that too. Turtle Tank, stop giving bitches your toys. Tell her if she wants her own toys, go fucking buy them herself. And then, hey, while you're out at Walmart, buy me some toys too. I'm the man. Everybody have a happy National Women's Day.
I just thought of something here about this. Is it just me, or are the names of the toy lines like very confusing right now? Like, I mean, can you imagine trying to explain the names of all of the toy lines in the last 10 years in Transformers to a non-collector? It's like, this is RID, but this over here is also RID, but it's different. And this one is War for Cybertron, and it's been going on for a few years, but this is also War for Cybertron.
I agree. It's tough.
It's very confusing.
That is one thing that's that Hasbro hasn't been good with. It is coming up with good names that makes it easy to separate the different toy lines. Like having a toy line that is called Prime means that every time you search the word Prime, you get also Optimus Prime.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that, and their fucking policy with like, you do a wave of figures like Legacy right now, and what's Wave 2 called? It's called Evolution. And it's like, wasn't there already a line called Evolution like a year ago?
Was there?
There was Legacy.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oscinator says he agrees. When organizing my collection, I think I will merge a few series together. Honest to God, Oscinator, my collection, the only thing I have is like my original Decepticons and my original Autobots together. I've got like my 84 Decepticon team, my 84 Autobot team, and then from there on out, it's a straight up the Axiom Nexus. Everybody's fucking everywhere. Here's Psykill standing next to a Star here, and that Star here standing next to a Zoid, and then over here's a Zoid, here's a Transformer, and then there's a fucking knockoff Transformer, and they're in front of some legit stuff, and it's just fucking great. Here's a custom. I don't give a shit. It's...
You know what? I get putting Zoids next to Star Ears. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. They kind of got a similar sort of looking aesthetic, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I have all my Star Ears on one shelf too, just because I have a complete set. So it's very rare for me to have like the complete set of toys. Yeah, it's I fucking love my Star Ears. We've got
Optimus Prime and Megatron in continuity banned from entering the Nexus.
I don't know. Don't know. Holson, you were going to say something.
Yeah, Barricade kind of has like a Punisher logo on his chest, like a Cybertronian Insecticon Punisher logo.
He's got the screaming face torso.
Oh, he does. Oh, he does.
Yeah. We've got some images of Earthspark Wave 2 Deluxe Optimus. He looks fine. He comes with a disembodied human leg. He's voiced by Alan Tudyk. So this is great. Really, I just have this here. The figure looks fine for what it is. I just have this here to remind me, did anybody watch the new Earthspark cartoons?
No. Still haven't.
Thomas, you?
I've seen the entire first season. I don't know if is there any new episodes?
March 3rd, there were new episodes.
Oh, I haven't seen them then.
Yeah, March 3rd.
I want to.
Oh, it was quite good. I'm not going to spoil it. For everybody. I will say this. A lot of you bitches are going to have to realize you're on the wrong side of history. If you're allowed to have non-binary characters, especially if they're robots.
Seriously.
Also, like, it's not like, why is this a problem? It's a completely new character. They're not changing an already existing one.
Right.
So
not that they have any qualms with that. Thundercracker and Bitstorm are bitches. Sexy.
Yeah,
bitches.
I actually thought that was really cool.
I did too.
I like that.
I did
but,
too.
Like, I mean, like, this is just like the case with, like, remember Anode? Like, Anode was non-binary. I don't remember anybody whinging about that.
They did. They did. Yeah. Nightshade.
I thought it was fine.
I gotta say, Nightshade, the non-binary character, she is, or he, or they, whatever.
I guess.
Sorry, I'm old. I'm old, so it takes me a little bit of time. The alt mode
feel old.
she picked was fucking lovely. The story of her alt mode was great. I'm trying not to spoil it, but like the character that she interacted with to get her alt mode was breathtaking and fucking beautiful. And it was like watching a combination of IDW Rung and Batman. It was great. It was absolutely great. So do yourself a favor. It is geared towards kids. I get that.
Yeah.
But the new Earthspark series, it's very, very, very nice.
Wasn't RC originally a bastard, but then he made the switch to bitch?
That's in IDW. Yeah. Bastard to bitch. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
That was people complained about that too.
And made her origin kind of very confusing because it was implied that she started out as Galvatron's brother, and in the IDW universe, Galvatron is just Cybertronian Conan the Barbarian from prehistory, and he's
Evil
like
Conan.
the oldest person ever. He's like, he might not even just be evil. He just doesn't like rulers. He gets pissed off by people in charge.
So I'm gonna break the format a bit because it is Happy International Women's Day, y'all. Google, for when you look up Transformers, asks the top question, I guess that's on people's mind for International Women's Day: can Transformers get pregnant?
Well, that all depends. That all depends. There are many ways for a Transformer to reproduce. Scorponok was pregnant.
Is exactly how they word the question.
Yeah. Onslaught. He kind of budded and gave birth to Mindset in G2. You have like Sparks. You have being forged cold and forged warm in IDW. Yeah, there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there.
That's right. Onslaught did he was like a sea anemone. He just longitudinally divided himself horrifically.
Yeah. Looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Dwayne, Mike's World says, by this point, Oscinator says, still have a few of my Stariers. Mike's World says, by this point, you really could just take any Transformers mainline figure from 2015 onwards and merge them into one big G1 smorgasbord. Transformer's a Transformer. I like him. If I like him, I buy him. If I don't like him, I don't buy him. If I really like him, buy him 2 or 3 times. I've got a lot of Scourges.
Hey, I just realized something. Okay, this picture of Prime here, doesn't this leg just look like an obvious plant insert?
Well, it does.
It's like Optimus Prime now with leg.
Now with leg.
It kind of feels like the
also has shoe.
The holiday edition of Optimus Prime. It's just like now with lampshade leg.
Dwayne Marsh says, I pick and choose my bots, so my universe is Nexus as well. Dwayne Marsh says, that Prime with a leg looks familiar. The leg is the Build-A-Figure Mandroid.
Yeah.
Oscinator says, end. Don't quite understand that. That's okay, though. Mike's World says, haven't seen the new episodes net thanks to streaming issues, but really love exploring the Terrans, the characterization for Breakdown, Tarantulas, and I'm just a sucker for post-war Transformers tales. It's good. It's kiddie-oriented, but it's really good. Dwayne Marsh says, Galvatron, I've got Axis older than your race. I fucking love that line. That's great.
Yes,
Oscinator
that was
says,
brilliant.
Sparks can mutate and separate. I have heard that as well. Mike's World, also, people are probably whining about non-binary Transformers and Earthspark now because, sadly, TV shows are more likely to get negative attention over comics. Yeah. There's a lot of... We talked about in the pre-show. We do a pre-show. There's been some sad fucking shit going on in the Transformers community over the last 5 days. I'm sure a lot of people saw the TF Source apology. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it on here because, quite frankly, I don't want that fucking bastard getting any more attention.
You know who's been getting a lot of attention recently?
Who's that?
Elon Musk.
Fuck him too. Anyway,
you want to know why?
Oh, no,
wanna know why?
Ariana and I were talking about this. He fucking fired a dude, didn't tell him. Turned out the dude was, like, fucking awesome and had multiple sclerosis. He was wheelchair bound. He was an asshole.
No, that's sad too. What I'm talking about happened a week or two ago, and oh boy, so there I am jerking off to hentai dojin, right? Just like really fucking cranking one out,
Like we all do.
like we all do. And I find one for one of my favorite old school animes, Yurei Yatsura, and I was like, oh, I haven't jerked off to Lum's tits in forever. Well, there's
Gotcha.
a very weird, really weird subtitle for this one. It's like Yurei Yatsura, Elon Musk, and I'm thinking
Nani?
some dude in Japan named himself Elon Musk. I ain't never heard of this artist. Well, he inserted Elon Musk fucking Lum.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Wow, the views just shot up.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's just like, it was a really hard crank, but I managed it. I cranked one out to that.
Well, you know, that's called pro mode. Turtle Tank 82 says, my friend gave me one of my favorite fembots, Prime Chromia. I love her Tron cycle mode. That Chromia, I agree. That Chromia is great. Gigatwin says, go ahead.
Oh, I just said, yeah, I was just agreeing with you. It absolutely is a good figure.
It's a beautiful figure. Gigatwin says, I have MMC and TFC figures standing next to mainline figures, so my collection is very weird at times. But then most of my third-party figures are also combiners. Gigatwin, let me tell you, right now up here on the shelf, I have a 3D printed Swerves bar, a 3D printed 10, a third-party Ultra Magnus, a third-party Rodimus Prime, and a mainline Cyclonus and Swerve. So, yeah, I get you. And just outside the door, the MMC DJD are waiting for them.
I have always thought it was really fucking stupid to just dice up your toys into different factions, because the original toy line was just different factions all packaged together. There was, Diaclone started it all off, and then you got things like Whirl, the copter bot, was not even from Diaclone. He was from something else entirely. The same with Omega Supreme, and it just kept going. It's like anything that transformed from something cool to a robot became a transformer. And I was just like, well, that's just how they've always been. What's the idea of just making them different factions of continuity? Just put them together. They're meant to be all in one household anyway.
Agreed.
Wasn't Whirl's original mold like Macross derived or Macross adjacent?
I have no idea. Well, that's the other one too. It's like Macross.
Dorvac.
Yeah. Macross was also in there accidentally, and we got away with murder on that one. And Harmony Gold has never forgiven us.
Yeah, so it was Macross adjacent, because it wasn't quite Macross, but it was something very similar.
Whirl and Roadbuster were both Dorvac. And then there was a third one, this weird tank. You could get the tank in America, but it was under the converters line. It was only like 2 inches or 3 inches tall. And his name was Bonaparte Tulkas. I have a Bonaparte Tulkas up there. Oscinator says, it's the leg lamp. I love that. That's fucking great. Mike's World said, also just clarifying, I am bought one of those Stop Doing G1 fans. I am super blessed to be getting my hands on classic characters with better articulation. True that. Dwayne Marsh says, BAF Prime is from the McAdams BAF. Right on. I only have the head of McAdams and the hammer. That's it. Mike's World said, for International Women's Day, I almost got my hands on Legacy Selects Flame War, but sadly had to pull out last minute as I already spent my luxury money on a Switchblade comb. Still iffy if I made the right call. How's your hair look, Mike? Does it look good? You made the right call. Turtle Tank 82, are we going to get more movie cars like Ectotron, or was that put on hold? I wanted Kit. Crossovers, they're still happening. Don't worry. Oscinator says, don't forget Macross toys. We are not. It was a Japanese series anime. And then Gigatwin says, Harmony not gold can pound salt, but then they're not worth any salt. Fuck yeah, Gigatwin. Fuck yeah. We got our first look at the Retro G1 Thundercracker reissue. It's lighter blue than the original Thundercracker.
more cartoon
Pictures.
looking.
Yeah.
Pictures don't do it justice because one picture is the size of a postage stamp and the other picture is the size of a card.
Yeah.
Can't really
Here's
see shit.
the stamp, and here's the postcard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Boy, wish I could see better detail of this.
I mean, let's face it, it's really the only thing interesting here. Number one, we're getting a Thundercracker. Number two,
Cool.
neat box art. Number three, of course we are. It's a blue Starscream. It's an easy remold. I do wish they would have done something funky with Megatron. Give him a different collar, paint him gold, do something. Because we get Megatron with Starscream as well.
Do a Browning insert.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, really, there's nothing really to say here. It's kind of an obvious thing. I'm probably not going to get this. Okay, if I happen to be going down the clearance aisle and I see one of these for like $8, yeah, I'll pick it up. But
The Starscream I've seen before too. He's like,
oh, I saw Starscream yesterday. I saw it yesterday. So yeah.
Yeah, so did I actually.
Yeah.
he seems like an interesting buy just because it's like, oh, you know what? I think I want a classic G1 Starscream. I haven't committed to the buy just yet though. So
Yeah. Oscinator says, we never got the third Decepticon triple changer. It was a plane to a jet to a robot. I seem to remember there was another triple changer that wasn't it a robot to a jet to a llama?
A lot. I
llama?
vaguely remember something weird like that. I do.
Yeah. Hold on here. Llama.
There were some Diaclones. There were some weird triple changing Diaclones that we never seen. was a few.
Llama triple changer. Here we go. Images. Yep, there he is. There is.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Open image in new tab. Boom. There is your llama triple changer.
why a llama?
Why
Look at
the fuck
proportions
not
on
a
that
llama?
jet.
Llamas
Just
are
look at
awesome.
the proportions. Look at the proportions of this jet. Like it's like a chibi version of a fighter jet.
Yeah. It
This
looks
so
like Leader
reminds me of-
1.
But this
Yeah.
reminds me of like the same thought process that went into designing Leopardon for Japanese Spider-Man. It's just like, hey, your giant mech, does it transform into a spider? Nah, it's a lynx. We think lynxes are fucking cool. What do you mean
Presbio
spiders?
Leopardon. I'm an emissary of hell.
Still a great line to this day.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Turtle Tank 82 says, I spent $40 on the complete Robotech collection box set. The hover tank is my holy grail. Oscinator says, so I think it was a plane to a helicopter to a robot. I vaguely remember that one, Oscinator. Technical Jim, how you doing, buddy? I'm late to the live podcast again. When do these usually start up? Around 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. It's kind of the
Give
time
or
we've been
take
hitting.
the waffling.
Yeah, give or
Oh,
take
yes.
5 or 10 minutes. Give or take 5 or
Yeah.
10 minutes. Oscinator says, didn't they draw him in Dreamwave Comics or IDW series? IDW got the llama. Gigatwin says, that's not a llama. That's clearly a gerbil. It's a Rorschach test. It's whatever. It could be a horse, could be a llama, could be a jet with a head. We don't know.
You know,
I guess
it
it
kinda
tells
saw-
more about you. It tells more about you what you see than
that
I'm
red,
just saying,
the
look,
red.
I typed in llama triple changer and this showed up. I think I've got
Yeah.
some
Look.
pretty good evidence.
But
no
like the-
cheating. You can't say Manticore. You're just copping
the-
out.
The red neck on that thing, if you look at it from a distance, that sort of soft focus looks like a Skylynx kind of, but not really.
A little bit. A little bit. Mike's
Yeah.
World said that figure looks like a bootleg fusion of Leader 1 and the GoBots Command Center. And Dwayne Marsh says there are a couple of those triple changers. I actually saw a triple changer Blitzwing that had a head that looked more like G1 Trailbreaker's toy head. So, I mean, yeah, that shit is out there. There's some weird stuff. Weird stuff that's out there. And in 30 years, there's going to be, after all of us are dead except for Holson, maybe if we've lived a good life and we've ascended to Holson's father's right-hand side, somebody will say about, do you remember the time that there was a Nemesis Prime camera
You know what?
There's a Nemesis Prime Canon camera action figure. What the fuck is
Oh, no
this shit?
surprise.
This is
No
a weird
surprise.
timeline.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do a fucking Optimus Prime Canon camera, the Nemesis is right around the corner. This is just Japan 101, Scott.
I'm fascinated by the fact they gave him his own special matrix.
They got to do something for him, I guess. What was it? The Hatrix or something? What did they fucking call it?
The dark matrix of Decepticon leadership. Patent pending.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Original OC, do not steal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks
Oscillator
like one of
says he
those,
needs to go on a diet.
paper things. You know, the one you fold and you do with the hands.
Origami.
No,
no.
the one that you open and shut. You know,
Oh yeah.
Of
Let's
course.
see how many babies you're gonna have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna marry Johnny. Yeah, I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Wait, is he holding a camera?
Yes.
I don't understand. What?
Don't you remember the
Reflect the
camera?
rules. Shut up, bitch.
Well, you know,
Oh,
I guess this
man.
is kind of like Shockwave holding himself in gun mode.
Except
Would it be funny if
stupider.
his, would it be funny if his Matrix actually was a camera and it just shot like hate and knowledge into your cranium?
I think, bear me out here, I think that they're basing this Matrix, the center of it at least, off of the D20 of Destiny from the Netflix series.
Oh, that thing.
The
Yeah.
Allspark. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the one that looked like a dice.
That's right,
yeah.
because Nemesis Prime and that transformed into a fucking camera.
I remember it. I did a lot of mushrooms. Turtle Tank 82 says, if you have a turtle robot in your collection, that be me, and you found me. I've got like 4. I've got 4 turtles. It's not a very popular alt mode, but there are a few that have it. One of them turns into a shield. That's kind of unimaginative. Oscillator says he needs to go on a diet.
You
We
think-
all do.
You think when he
It's
gets
that
photos
wide
developed
angle
with that
lens.
giant lens on the front of him? Yeah,
camera
the
has
smudge
20
from the
pounds.
Matrix just makes him go insane because he keeps trying to rub off the Matrix on the print.
I'm sorry, Xavier. I'm laughing at my own joke. I'm so sorry.
That was a good joke.
Thank you. The camera has
Like, what
20
would you-
pounds.
What would you like? What would you even do with a guy like if you tried to make fiction for this? Like, what does he do? Angrily take pictures of people, or what? I don't
Oh,
know.
There are-
revenge porn.
There
Oh.
are certain tribes in
Okay.
Africa that feel that if you capture their image, you capture their soul. This is just an
Yeah.
extension of that. You just walk around an empty husk for the rest of your life.
Maybe he has a really strong flash, so he blinds his enemies.
Oh, man, not while I'm driving, George.
This is
Mike's.
a bad cop scenario. He synthesizes evidence. It's like, I got you here, right on camera, and I'm the camera, doing drugs.
I would have caught the whole thing, but there was a piece of plastic in the way of the lens.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Weird place to put that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's
Mike-
World says, I have never gotten the appeal of these Optimus Primes that turn into shoes and watches and game consoles and pens and now a camera. Gigatwin says,
Also
funny
a hat.
random fact, the Pokemon community at one point got into a heated flame war debating on whether the Gen 2 trio legendaries were cats or dogs, and after a while someone said they were gerbils. Awesome Hater says, I ordered 1 turtle Transformers with a dragon Transformers. His weapon is an umbrella. From AliExpress. Turtle Tank 82 says he is a camera holding a camera, and that camera is a camera, and then that camera is an infinity camera. I fucking blew my
I heard you
mind.
like cameras, so I put cameras on your cameras.
Mike's World says again, guess when you get a prime-looking mold, Sharpie it black, slap Nemesis on the package, throw it online for double the price, and just wait for the tug on the fishing line. It feels like that sometimes. Technical Jim, give it time. Hayata Sakamoto will use these in Legends eventually. I fucking love the Legends. I buy Legends is responsible for me buying a lot of toys because I just yeah.
Well, he would do that, wouldn't he? He would find some way to use this.
It fucking breaks my heart too. Where's my white Nautilator?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I want a white Nautilator because of him. Gigatwin, this evil camera prime is a paparazzi. That's what he is. Dravenholt. Hey, Dravenholt. Every time you use George of a joke, I can't help but think of, for a second, you're talking to me. It's just the first name that pops to my head.
You know the fact that he came up with a name for that white Nautilator that was so good.
Lobhammer.
That's such a good name that it's it's a tragedy that it doesn't have a figure.
You know what? I bet he got it from the Wu-Tang name generator.
Yes. Childish Gambino hater.
This figure should have came with a tripod that transformed into a gun or a Gatling gun or something.
Or another robot.
Yeah.
Called Third Leg.
I think we just answered a question here. Let's see here. Somebody asked, Turtle Tank 82, can that matrix be removed? Yup. And Austin Air says, yes, the matrix can be removed, I think. Mike's World, man, Legends finds any way to make the most ridiculous figure extremely appealing. The image of Galvatron's head popping out of Cyclonus' chest to scream at people will never not be funny to me. Fucking greed.
I just noticed this, but that matrix is surprisingly detailed.
It is. I think I need to design this for 3D printing so I don't have to buy a camera.
Not it.
I just came up with an evil idea. Thomas, remind me. All you need to do at the end of the show, go, Scott, what's your evil idea?
Yes.
And steeple your fingers together for added effect.
I'm not buying this. I think it's hilarious. If I find one on the street, if I'm in a good mood, my back doesn't hurt, maybe I'll stop and pick it up. Other than that, I'm not.
I feel exactly the same way about this that I did about as I did when they revealed that there was going to be like a laptop transformer that was Blaster and Soundwave.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea. I'm never going to buy it ever, and
it's
never
so
think about it
weird
again.
that they did this and they gave such a bulbous body. And all I can think about is, wouldn't it be better served if you just went full Japanese and made it like a super deformed version of like Shockwave with one giant camera eye instead of an Optimus?
Yeah. I remember they had like a whole line. They had like Grimlock and Triptychon computer mouses, and they had like Ravage. The only one I ever got, I did get a Ravage USB memory card. I filled that thing with so much porn. There was a porn star I had the hots for, and I just filled that. I filled that with her. That woman was tits on a stick. She was skinny as hell and just had big old fakers, bolt-ons. Damn.
Well,
Damn.
That's ironic because Ravage was a stick.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, you put on the memory stick. You put a memory stick.
Mammary sticks.
Stick.
Oh my god.
God damn, Holson. I wish we could name the show that. Oscinator says it's around $300 each camera. I think so. Yeah. Mike's World says Matrix with a map to the Pentagon slapped in the middle. That might be the title of the show. This will be a first that a listener has the title to the show. Map to the Pentagon.
I would love to see Nick Cage hold that up to some torchlight and go, "My God, the Pentagon, it's real."
The Pentagon. We need to get to it. We need to steal the Pentagon.
The prophecy is true.
Oh my God. Mike's World. Sorry I hit enter too early. Oscinator reminds me of the watch Optimus Prime. Cool, but way too expensive. Oscinator says, I got that USB Ravage. Yeah, but do you have the porn to go with it? I can't remember her name, but I'd still fuck the hell out of her with my wife's permission. Mike's World says, hooray, I got name rights. I can die happy now. Well, now we have to. Now we're naming this shit Map to the Pentagon. Fucking hell. You win. And you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it.
Yeah. Fuck you, Holson. You don't get it all the time.
Well, shit, man. Fight. We got images. They are making the Eternal Beast Showdown, Takara Kingdom, Optimus Primal, and Megatron with like an upgraded paint job. And it looks nice. Real nice.
Yep.
These are an absolutely spectacular alternative to the ridiculously overpriced Beast Wars Masterpiece figures.
Oh, God,
that
look
dude
at the
has to
scowl
poop.
on Primal.
That dude has to poop.
Can we make his face the podcast cover? Jesus Christ.
And then you got to put it in subtitles and like read in Nick Cage voice. My God, we got to find the Pentagon and steal it.
Hold on here.
That look on his face, it's like that's an old guy that's watching teenagers walk down the street.
Yeah.
Like he's like, fucking...
You fucking kids, we were jitterbugging when I was your age.
Yeah.
And
Those
saving the image.
troublemakers.
File. And the answer is yes. Yes, we can. Let's see.
This also implies, like, in this 2-pack, that expression on his face, he's like, Primal is so sick of Megatron's shit in this set. Look at that face. He's just like, I am about to rip his arms off.
You gotta admit, the fucking paint job for Megatron, though. God.
Yeah.
That's a nice paint job.
It's nice.
It is.
But I can't get over Grumpy Gorilla.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny. But
Yeah.
these things, don't you think these things are an excellent alternative to the ridiculously overpriced masterpieces?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
not only that, not only are they a nice alternative, I am going to make the argument, and a lot of people may shit on me for this. I'm making the argument that these are better than the masterpieces, just because they're more fun to play with.
There's no doubt about it in some ways, because just because it has masterpiece in the title, that's just more marketing. It's how much do you get out of it, and definitely these toys that are well more affordable. It doesn't matter that animation accuracy comes into effect, because like the design aesthetic for Masterpiece leaning more towards animation style accuracy has really just like made it impossible to enjoy some of those things for us. MP1 Optimus was amazing as a giant metal truck until they decided we needed to make it MP10 small, and I was like, ugh.
But
no thanks.
Like, part of the problem with those those MP Beast Wars figures is like I really like them. They look amazing. They're fantastic, but they're so expensive that I don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
And
then,
these might not be.
And it's terrible because they put on the sexy lingerie for you, and your Soundwave with his very terrible jacket that has much to be desired is like, why won't you touch me? I put on my special jacket for you.
I mean, these are just straight up beautiful. These are straight up beautiful. Am I going to get these and replace my Kingdom? No, my Kingdom ones are fine. My Kingdom ones are very fine. Let's see here. Awesomeair says, I've got the KO upsize of Primal. I didn't know they made an upsize of Primal. I'm interested in that.
They did.
Gigatwin says that Megatron has Mega's trademark angry face. Okay. Oceanator says Primal. It's very nice, but how much? It's probably quite a bit because it's Takara. Turtle Tank 82 says, I don't know. I'm happy with my Kingdom Megatron. Same here. These are very beautiful. If somebody missed out, I agree. Yeah. Excuse me. Technical Jim says, that Optimus face is a mood. Yes, indeed. Mike's World, a droopy Harambe squares off against a roided out Barney, the dinosaur, in the ultimate battle for your weekly paycheck. God damn technical Jim.
You get a
Sorry,
weekly
Mike's
paycheck?
World. Mike's World. My paycheck. Well, maybe your paycheck. But few accessories. Technical Jim says few accessories can match the Masterpiece Optimus Primal die-cast skull mace with the cardboard banana box. I got it, and I didn't even get the MP Primal. That's yeah. Yeah. And finally, Mike's World says one of those stock photos makes it look like Primal is giving Megs a pity hug while he screams out his sadness. Thomas, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get through the comments. You were saying.
That's all right. What was I gonna say? The oversized thing, the oversized Kingdom figure. I don't know who did it, but there are 3 Kingdom knockoffs that are oversized and actually have some die-cast in them and better paint. There's an oversized Pterosaur, an oversized Airraiser, and an oversized Primal, and they have better paint. And I think you may have been able to get them on Surtoys.
I remember the Airraiser. I remember the Pterosaur because the Pterosaur had tiny fucking hands.
Yeah.
But I did not remember that Kingdom Primal. I don't.
Yeah, there's a Primal too, and they're really cheap for what they are.
Oh yeah, they're usually that stuff runs like $20.
It's surprisingly cost efficient, or inexpensive.
The trick is, are you willing to wait to see what's going to be KO'd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oscinator says oversized Primal is great. They're around 35. Still good cost, man. Good cost. 35 Canadian, he says. 35 Canadian. Moving on, we got some listings here. We're gonna get a retro Perceptor, a retro Shrapnel. I'm not drunk. You're drunk. Shut up. And special edition Optimus Prime. I'm sure the retro Perceptor and Shrapnel, those are going to be the G1 toys, the same way that they're putting out Starscream and Thundercracker right now. Special edition Optimus Prime, maybe.
They did Shrapnel and Perceptor for the retro wave of stuff from Toys R Us years ago, did they not?
They did Perceptor a few times. They did Perceptor. I think there was a Toys R Us Perceptor, and then there was the Japanese. What did they call them? The book figures that they redid Perceptor again, and then just a few years ago, I think a couple of them actually showed up in Ross and TJ Maxx. It was some BotCon set where it had G1 Blaster, a few of his cassettes, and Perceptor. And I think we got the Insecticons, all 3 of the Insecticons as well in a Toys R Us box set.
I do remember those as well because I think I actually owned them because I was
they
like,
came
whoa,
with
G1
Energon
figs
cubes, if I'm not mistaken.
I just remember that was like, whoa, these are in store. They're G1. This is cool. I'd like to have them, and I think that's where they stayed, just part of my collection in box because I was like, I like the Toys R Us boxes they come in because they had the window.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I'm not going to get them, but the only reason I'm not going to get these is because I have the G1 Perceptor. I have the G1 Shrapnel. I don't even know why. Even if I didn't, I probably wouldn't get them. Now that I'm stopping to think about it, I don't have Thundercracker or Starscream from G1, and I'm skipping those in Walmart. And as far as the special edition Optimus, I mean, I just gotta wait and see what it is.
I really hope it's some paint deco of an Optimus that's already been out, like BBTS Optimus that was special holiday edition Kris Kringle Optimus, and it's but now is a G1 toy.
Oh man.
Or maybe he'll be black again, Blacktimus with the Hatrix.
Blacktimus Prime. The jokes write themselves.
Optimus
right?
Prime.
Oh my fucking god, you genius.
Optimus Prime's an old piece of fan art.
I'm gonna tell my wife what you said.
Yeah. She's gonna walk over to Sweden and give you a piece of her mind.
They'll let her in because my wife is 4% Swedish.
Yeah.
That's just under the limbo bar, Mom.
3%'s the cutoff. She's 4% Swedish. You're fucked, Olson. I wouldn't want to tangle with my wife.
Does she actually know how to tango?
Dude, she opens all the pickle jars in here. Let me tell you.
Oh
my
my
wife
God.
is my wife is freakishly strong. She's got that island strength. She can rip open coconuts, and and she knows voodoo.
You ever see that Patreon video where she does exactly that? She holds the lid but twists the jar to open it.
My wife is 5'9". I'm 5'5". It's ridiculous. The height difference is ridiculous.
It's like the Predator hierarchy in the Dark Horse comics. The females are always larger than the males.
I remember
we
that.
Tick a lot too. Turtle Tank 82 says, "Will they reissue the female Beast Wars Megatron from JP set? I just wanted her and I passed on the 2-pack. I really don't think they're going to. I think if you want that, you're going to have to get that 2-pack or hope somebody sells just her on eBay. But yeah, she's worth it. She's a dommy mommy is what she is." Technical Jim says, "I've seen those oversized Kingdom Beast figures. Now I need them to make oversized KOs for the Inferno and Grapple molds." I might bite on that. Oscinator says, "Did they ever release the Autobot cassettes? I do remember that Perceptor Blaster 2-pack that I think was some sort of, I think maybe it was SDCC or BotCon. That did have, I think it had Ramhorn, it had Steeljaw, and it also had Eject, the blue one, Eject in it." Turtle Tank 82 says, "I spent $40 on eBay for Titans Rewind because what took place got me to IDW. You know what I'm talking about, Scott. If you brought a tear to my eye. Made me cry too. Oh my God. I keep my Overlord and my Rewind far away from each other." Mike's World says, "Where are they even getting the old figure molds from? Are they secretly breaking into collectors' homes and taking back what's theirs to sell in mass? Y'all better put extra locks on their cases." Look, I'm going to tell anyone this. You come into this house trying to take my cats, my dog, my wife, or my figure, you're not coming out. You even put a hand in here, you're pulling back a bloody stump.
What if you regenerate like Wolverine?
Do you hear me, Thomas? You're pulling back a bloody stump. There's some figures that are really weird. There are some figures that they have the toolings from. There are some figures, as I understand, that they remade the toolings from them. And then there are some figures, like Shockwave. They don't know who fucking owns Shockwave. Like the mold for the G1 Shockwave, because it was Radio Shack here in the States that owned it for Shockwave. And then they got that. And then whenever Radio Shack went under, all their stuff was like scattered to the winds. And somebody ended up with the rights to that Shockwave. But we fuck all know who. We don't know. Here comes my wife. I'm afraid.
Shaq. Maybe it was Shaquille O'Neal, so that way he can make a Shockwave with a Q.
I was telling them how strong you are and how you open all the pickle jars in the house. Yeah, she just whipped around with, "Don't you forget it!"
You beat up all the bad guys that make fun of me, and then you tuck me in at night, and you kiss my forehead, and then you read me stories when I get scared.
Yeah, that's kind of what she does. It's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. Mike's World said, "Shockwave as a toy is like Shockwave from the comics. He's basically made himself." That is true. We got one more story to cover here. The tale of Reactivate, which is also Transformers Shine, which is also Transformers Rise. Do you remember how we said everything is going to be confusing?
No, I was too confused.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, she's coming back. She's looking at me. God, I love her. She loves me too. Did you hear that? She's going to kill
No.
anyone that tries to do me harm.
Ariana, I broke his rib. What are you going to do about it, bitch?
No, she wants me to have a three-way with you. Just you.
Oh, well, okay. I mean,
I feel left
I'm
out.
down.
You know, I'm sure that if you asked Ariana Olsen, that she would say, you can go ahead and fuck Scott and Xavier.
Yeah, you just need to put on the referee shirt first.
Yeah.
Now the rest of you is gonna have 2% Swede in you.
Wow. Oh my God. Transformers Reactivate, or Shine, or Rise, whatever you want to call it, is a video game that's coming up in which the Autobots and Decepticons join forces to fight back against Quintessons, who have invaded New York City. And it looks like we're getting toys. Surprisingly, quite honestly. We are getting a Voyager Optimus Prime and a deluxe Soundwave. Hopefully this comes true. 6.5-inch Optimus Prime, 5.5-inch deluxe class Soundwave, Rise video game inspired. Now, whether that means it's a Voyager Optimus Prime we already had and a Soundwave we already have painted up to look like it came out of the video game, or these are all new molds, I don't know. But it's something.
I do believe I will wait for images of the characters in model first.
I'll tell you what, just from the image of the poster, I'm digging the Quintessence stuff. I'm really digging the Quintessence stuff. They look like a bunch of prehistoric monsters, like anomalocarids, flying around.
Yeah, they sort of do, yeah.
Yeah, getting some echinoderm feelings too, like vibes of that kind, like
Oh, yeah.
especially yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, I just noticed on the Statue of Liberty, right there, it says, "Are all dead?" with a question mark.
Oh, the Shockwave cover.
Well, not just that, the Marvel Shockwave cover, and then the Marvel Battle Charges cover, where they graffitied over the Statue of Liberty. This is
I
what we
remember
call
when-
in the business a twofer.
The trailer was kind of weird because there was almost nothing that made you think of Transformers, really.
Right? It just seemed like they were waking up a robot.
Yeah, we got like a little bit of POV from the robot, but mostly human dialogue or something.
Yeah.
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 Trailer?
Yes. It's just essentially beep, boop, boop, beep, Matrix computer stuff. And then this woman going like, he's online. We need him. Oh, I'll get him. I'll get him. Ah! And then it's a robot looking at his hands. Like, it's POV, the robot. And maybe it's Bumblebee.
And then-
Maybe it's some other yellow robot. Maybe it's just a green robot with yellow hands. We don't fucking know.
Yes.
It's like, oh my god, I have hands. They used to be nozzles.
Oh my god. Just stare into the nozzle. Do it.
Do not look
Do it.
away from the nozzle.
Oscinator says, I almost broke down buying a KO G1 Shockwave a few times. Still keep my eye out for a cheap one. Well, you know, a Shockwave, he has just one as well. Turtle Tank 82, my quest for Dommy Mommy T-Rex begins. Oscinator, can't wait to see the new Quintessence. I'm kind of hoping the Quintessence are kind of like trans-organic, and that seems to be what we're getting from the poster. Just this weird mix of almost H.R. Giger-esque, biomechanical. Mike's World.
Yes.
I'll just stick with Transformers Rise and Shine for the title. Thank you very much. Wonder why the Quintessence targeted Earth over Cybertron. Wonder if they might pull some Bayverse lore and say they were partially responsible for us talking apes. Why not? Turtle Tank 82 looks like something from Doom Eternal. And Kyle Lewis says, God, I love that Reactivate trailer. Then again, I love any trailer that I don't recognize at first, like Evil Dead Rise. There is something nice about that. Surprise! Sorry, I
Right?
muted my mic. I had to cough.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of
Did you
robots and
survive?
trailers, I don't know. Have you guys seen the trailer for Atomic Heart? That was,
I've watched
Yeah.
some gameplay for Atomic Heart. I didn't realize I liked Steel Ass.
yeah.
The internet did.
What is this new
Yeah.
fetish?
Unicorn dommy mommies slicing each other open. Well, let me just mix the fantasy and Guro tag together real quick.
Well, I'm hard and I don't know why. Oh man, does anybody know if this is going to be on Steam? Is this something that's going to be PC or just downloadable, or what the fuck is this?
No idea. Is this? I have a deep fear this is another mobile game.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't think it's going to be mobile. I hope not. I really hope not. Technical Jim says it's hard to get excited about a game if it's going to be just online only stuff. I've seen zero info about a story mode or single player mode. Single player. Yeah. It's I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. But I gotta Steel Ass is either the title or a band name. God, thank you, Kyle. And Mike's World said, played a bit of Atomic Heart myself, really loved the design and sci-fi ridiculousness of the campaign. Plus, of course, domineering robo waifus are always a win. Can't disagree there. Can't disagree there. I'm hopeful for this. I want good designs. I want a great story. I guess we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Because the last game wasn't that it was kind of like a kidified XCOM game.
I don't
The last
remember
one.
that.
Oh, the mobile one,
That-
yeah.
that
Wasn't it a
Battlegrounds
beat 'em
or
up or something?
No, not
Yeah, wasn't that was like that was a beat 'em up, I thought. Like you could do simplified combat.
It was more like an XCOM, but lame. Yeah, like
This is
I don't
good,
know,
but it sucks.
Was that Earth Wars?
Earth Wars was like one of the first mobile games I downloaded for my device. I thought it was good, but it was like, yeah, it's pretty simple. You just build a base, you recruit a bunch of Autobots and Decepticons, and you just go ham on other players. Then they did that weird mobile port of that Marvel Infinite Crisis style thing where it's just like you go to different nodes on a map and you fight Autobots and Decepticons.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all you did.
Man. Oceanator says, I saw a new Grendizer game trailer for the PS4 and PS5. Mike's World says, Transformers Battlegrounds was the last console game we got. A friend gave it to me for Christmas. It's about as mid as you'd expect. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's kind of what I expect. I see some guy on YouTube play it all the time, but yeah, it's pretty mid. It's pretty mid. Let's see
Whoa,
here.
Scott,
Whoa.
are you
Whoa.
saying something Transformers related is mid and not based?
Well, there are times whenever things are just mid.
And not based? That's not
hey,
based at all.
It's not. And you know what? Sometimes things are mid that other people think are based, but you know deep in your heart, mid.
But what if it starts a Giga Chad? It has to be based.
Doesn't have to be based if it has a Giga Chad. Sometimes
that's-
good Giga Chads can do poor things, my friend. Sometimes
Oh, that's
good
pretty
Giga
good.
Chads can do poor things.
That's extremely philosophical.
Yep.
Now
Yep.
that is based.
That's based. I'm so fucking old. I'm pushing 50 and using words like based. I should be fucking ashamed of myself.
Scott, that's a mid attitude.
I'm sitting here spending 2 hours of my Wednesday talking about toys while putting together a Target Master Arms Micron model that I found the other day, and shit. Just thinking about, by this time my dad was going like, I should probably retire. Let's take a trip to California. And I'm just sitting here going like, honey, do you think we can afford a pizza? Welcome to the new dystopia. Oh my God! Moving on to looky what I found. Hey, wholesome buddy, do you have a looky what I found?
Yes, I think I just posted a couple of mildly amusing pictures on the Facebook group, so I guess those are my looky what I found.
Absolutely.
I honestly don't remember what it was.
Go over to the Good Morning Cybertron Facebook page. Find out what it was for yourselves, listeners. How about you, Xavier? Any looky at what I found this week?
I did find something. So it's always been in the back of my mind, that thing where we talked about, and it's been brought up, GoBots always came first, yet Transformers was the more successful brand. And I was just like, yeah, there's more interesting things about the show Transformers did over GoBots. Deeper lore, better characters, more talented voice actors, that sort of thing. And then this article popped up about how the recording sessions were partially improvised, which helped improve the characters. And I believe it was Chris Latta himself, or maybe it might have been someone else, but they're like, it was complete bedlam behind the scenes. So it's an article about how they actually did table readings for the original G1 show, and that allowed for a much more better chemistry because all the actors were in the same room doing their voices together, and they play off each other and they have a good time, and things they said made it into the show as improv.
That's kind of neat. It gave it humanity. It wasn't strictly, scripted. I like the hell out of that. Ooh, I got chills. Just thinking about Chris Latta and Frank Welker playing off each other. God damn. Fuck. Thomas, buddy, how about you? Do you have a looky what I found this
Apparently,
week?
Casey Kasem was sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Apparently, Casey Kasem was a really good improver too. So he said some things that it didn't quite make it all the way into the show sometimes, because it's like, whoa, tone it down, Casey Kasem. You can't say that on a kid show. But it's just like, we appreciate it, and if we could, we would go that far.
Cliff Jumper just said that he likes giant orange tits. What does that mean?
He means the birds.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Thomas. Do you have a looky what I found?
Yeah, remember last time I found like Titan class Omega Spreen custom?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you something pretty funny. Let's see.
Titan class Omega sperm.
Oh.
Okay. There you go. Look at this.
Ooh, let's see. Is that double punch?
Yeah, that is in fact double punch.
Fuck me tenderly.
That's the only picture I could find of it. But I also found the opposite, which is like, this is really weird. Look at this. That is a original double punch that's been made into a Black Zarak, which is...
What the fuck are you people doing?
Yeah, look at this thing.
Neat.
I think it turned out really well for what it is.
That is...
my God.
As Scott is fond of saying, that is based.
That's based. That's so based. My God. You can't put a dick on every woman you see. It's based.
I love this era. I love this era of Transformers because this is like when they realized that Action Masters were awful, and they were like trying to salvage them by cludging them into things that were barely modes.
You know what though? I'll fucking take it, because man, look at the revival, the renaissance it has caused.
Yeah, like you can't tell me the guy right there next to him isn't just a Bruticus.
Yeah,
isn't he? Like that's all that is.
Absolutely is.
Bruticus. Yeah, it's like, quick, we got to make some guys that kind of not really, but sort of transform, and we need to make them bankable, so we have to make them look like characters that already exist.
Do it. Make me money.
God, that's good looking.
Dwayne Marsh asks, will we get a good Quintesson out of the game? That remains to be seen, but Dwayne, I remain forever hopeful. And Turtle Tank 82 says, my tombstone will say Dommy Mommy T-Rex, and they will wonder for generations to come the meaning, and perhaps someone will clone a Dommy Mommy T-Rex. Fucking dare to live the dream, Corey. Dare to live the goddamn dream. Oscinator said, always loved those European Transformers. I have been working on Secret on a lot of projects. And if I ever get any time off, I would love to clear some of them up. One of the projects that I am working on, it's going to be my first project that I do in Fusion 360. Is I've been taking some time and learning that, even though I mainly still work in Tinkercad, but Fusion 360 is slowly becoming my go-to. Is
Fusion
Windmill.
360 sounds like a skateboard move.
It is. It's one of these, man. Like, you can't see my legs, but that was fucking awesome. You don't even know. But
Tony Hawk's is like, I can do Fusion 360s all day.
yeah, that windmill, the Action Master helicopter that actually transformed into a helicopter.
Yeah, I got that one.
Transformed in quotation marks.
Yeah, look at this. I've transformed. I'm now a windmill.
It's
Yeah,
literally
that's
doing a
what it was.
ballerina pose, isn't it?
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
my heel in my armpit.
Yeah.
Or something.
Mike's World says, red figures are just action masters who jump forward into time to secure their dominant place in the Transformers product line, though the side effects left their plastics more rubbery and fragile. I like there's a little headcanon you got going to explain how crappy that toy line is.
Rubbery and wait a minute, what? I'm missing
they
something.
are. They are.
Which ones?
The red robot enhanced design. They feel like
that's...
they feel like the same plastic that a dog's chew toy, not a squeaky toy, but a dog's chew toy is made out of.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen them. The red figures are like made of this weird mushy material that has way too much plasticizer in it.
Right. Almost like it's a solid TPU.
Oh well, yeah, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it barely holds. Like when you can feel it in your hands. It's almost like it's almost like an invertebrate or something. It's like almost ready to conform into your hand.
Oscillator says, I avoided all red series. I did get one red figure. I got to admit, I did get one red figure. It was the trans-scanning Megatron, the one that kind of looked like Megatron being scanned by Unicron to turn him into Galvatron. I did get that one. Turtle Tank says, I found an Alicon at Ollie's. Now I need 6 more. Well, don't come into my house to get my 6. That's all I can say. Moving on to reinforcements from Cybertron. Wholesome Buddy, do you have any reinforcements this week?
No, I do not. Nope.
Man. How about you, Thomas?
Say again?
Any reinforcements this week?
Kinda. I got another Galaxy Shuttle.
Okay.
Another.
I found one. Yeah, I have one that's not open now.
Holy
And
hell.
I decided to finally pull the trigger and get that X-Men jet, just because I couldn't find anything else.
Expanse.
Yeah, like the transformation wise, it's pretty cool, but like those wings do not hold up, and it is very, very busy in robot mode.
Yeah.
It's like the amalgamation of several X-Men.
Like it's going in like 5 different directions, and it can't tell what it wants.
Yeah, it's Cyclops, Wolverine, Psylocke, if I remember correctly. Gambit.
Yeah. That thing is.
This could have been done way better.
Yeah. You're not
The
wrong.
vehicles, the vehicle's fantastic. The transformation's cool, but the robot, like, okay, like I get making it kind of still reference the X-Men, but you know what? It didn't have to just look like every character smushed together into an OC.
I'm honestly surprised it wasn't in a wheelchair. Just to get one more in there.
Well, you can transform its legs into engine pods and just have them sit on top of those.
There you go, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
Oh my heavens! How about you, Xavier? Any reinforcements?
Yeah, I got breakdown for the Bruticus amalgamation and Needle Nose.
Needle Nose is so fun. Needle Nose is so goddamn fun.
Oh, he is.
Man.
I just love how
Man.
much of a one-to-one. I just like how much of a one-to-one translation he is of the original toy. He's almost exactly the same,
He's the G1 with more articulation. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
and that's all he is. And he isn't anything like. There's nothing else done. There's no. Oh, let's put our own little twist on it. Nope.
Well, he doesn't have that clearly abandoned gimmick of like energon fists or extra weaponry, which I could have swore they were gonna do. I was just like, he's one of the G1 OGs, and weren't they really gung ho about giving these guys new accessories? Nope, nothing. Just straight up 2 mini-cons, and that's it.
Yep.
I think his
peg in-
new gimmick is going to be sitting on the back of Skyquake.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
Still an old gimmick though.
But you can also just like, I think you can peg his Target Master tombstones into the back of his engine and make something that looks like nothing, but it's easily ignorable.
Well, he's great, and I cannot wait because Needle Nose is going to lead into these other ones, and I don't know if they're going to try to do anything like Smoke Jumper or Gigant Bomber out of him.
Gigant bomb.
Yeah, if they do stuff like that with the Duocon hookup, I'm like, this is cool. It's not exactly the same thing for a stealth bomber. I don't care. I would love to see those guys again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I want to see Cyberjets.
Oh my heavens! You know what? I'm up for just about anything.
Oh yeah.
I it's getting to the point. I'm scared to do customs.
Cool.
I'm
Threesome.
Yeah, a threesome. I'm scared to do customs. I'm scared to do like 3D printable stuff, simply because I don't know what's going to be released like fucking 3 months from now. I'd hate to put in. I put in 72 hours worth of work on this. Solid. Oh, $25 and I'll have it in October. Fuck.
You can always.
That's why.
You can always just protect your. You can go. Well, mine's better.
Mine's better.
That's why I did.
And I look at it and it's just like smudged paint and there's a fucking fingerprint in the side and his eyes are fucked up and like mine isn't better, is it?
That's why I designed the Quintesson Soldier, because like no one's ever going to revisit that ever again.
Dude, I gotta tell everybody listening, if you get the chance, go over to Cults 3D, download Nova Forge's Quintessence Soldier. Honestly, any of the Quintessence over there are fucking great. I love your Quintessence, dude. I absolutely love your Quintessence.
I want to make a color separated version of the Scientist so that you don't have to paint him.
He's great. It's just fucking great. I honestly cannot wait until you do a Shattered Glass Quintesson.
There's a whole bunch more. There's a backlog. There's a backlog, but I mean, no one was gonna do the Soldier. No one I don't think if I didn't do it, I think that would have remained non-existent until the sun explodes.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Shattered Glass version of a Quintesson one of the faces John Lennon?
Yes. It was Gandhi.
That's right.
John Lennon, Martin Luther King, Jerry Garcia,
Macho Man.
and Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't fucking know who the fifth one was.
I love that.
You know how much fucking money you could print, Thomas, if you made faceplates for Shattered Glass Quintesson based on famous people?
I want to try that, but
Yeah.
you know what? I like to think that when Aquarius is getting down to business and it gets a serious face on, it's the Macho Man face. That's what that's the face for violence. It's like
I just can't think. Well, I mean, the Quintesson, thinking about the Shattered Glass Quintesson, it is very American heavy of like who's a good guy in that, besides Gandhi and all that, and John Lennon. But it's just like get like a union council in there. You could support Ukraine and do one for Volodymyr Zelensky.
It's the Buddha. Buddha is the fifth face on the Shattered Glass
Buddha,
one.
okay.
Yeah. Getting caught up on the comments here. Austinator says, I avoided all the Red series. I'm sorry about my cough. I got possessed by the ghost of Scotimus Prime today. It was rough. Dwayne Marsh says, I got a couple of red. Austinator says, if the prices were cheaper, I almost got the Galvatron red, but at 35 plus tax, nope. Got to agree. Stick with the Galvatron that can actually transform. Dwayne Marsh says, I got a couple of reds for my dad. That's exactly what they are. They're good gift material. Turtle Tank 82, 2 Galaxy Shuttles. Thomas, well, I see your hand. I raise you. I will find a third Cosmos. Good fucking luck. Dude, if you want your Dommy Mommy T-Rex, Corey, just fucking go over to TFW or Craigslist and go, look, I got Velocitron Cosmos. I want that Jurassic Park T-Rex Dommy Mommy. Put it over there. Put it up on Facebook. Trust me, you will get it in a freaking heartbeat. People want Cosmos that bad.
Yeah, it's like the Velocitron Cosmos. They're like the Dragon Balls. If you can collect
seriously.
them, yeah.
You get 5 and you get a wish. That's
Yep.
Giga Twin says
like Emperor Pilaf anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giga Twin says, I want a modern hooligan. Boy, don't we all. And I honestly think that fucking Top Gun mold would be perfect for it. Austinator says, I ordered some expensive Chinese and third-party toys. The Metal Slug robot and the aircraft carrier that transforms into a cool robot with a huge sword. A Jin Bao 6-shot too. Beautiful choices. Mike's World. Hasbro is putting your 3D printer out of work. Look at that poor old girl sitting in the corner getting cold. Won't you give her at least one itty-bitty mini-con to keep her busy? Sure, why not? I'm not a heartless bastard. Turtle Tank 82. Scott, will you 3D print a scrounge? There's actually a scrounge available. Damn you, Scott. Get out of my throat. Excuse me. There actually is a 3D printable scrounge available from MMS Hightail. It is an Action Master scrounge, and there is a wheel that he fits inside. It's that cute. And Dwayne Marsh says, a new Dreadwind and Darkwing. The last set we got was Combiner Wars. We do need new ones of those with the little engines, the Power Masters. Gentlemen, what are your plans for this week?
Probably do what Corey's going to do and try to get myself a rare fig, except I'm going to do it with a ski mask and a gun. Give me your fucking Cosmos!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
How about you, Holsone? Big plans this week?
Probably not. Nope. No.
Thomas, you buddy?
I have to wait for the FedEx truck because it was delayed. It was supposed to be here. There was stuff that was supposed to be here today. And it's nearby, but I can't get it until tomorrow.
Just go drive around with a blue car. I'm sure they'll fucking find you. It's...
And I'm also waiting for that, was it DHL to arrive too? That's the shipping company, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I told you I bought something way too expensive from BBTS.
Oh dear. Third party?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still waiting for that shipping notice for Sir Toys for that Mirror Warrior. That's my big thing. Every day I go there. Just reload. Nope. Okay. I'll come back tomorrow. I think this is where we're going to call it. Thank you so much to Dwayne Marsh, Corey, Mike's World, Austinator, Giga Twin, going up, trying to find everybody that was here. Kyle Lewis, Technical Jim. Thank you so much for joining us. Mike's World, who I maybe said. Giga Twin, who I maybe said still. If I'm missing anybody, thank you. Kyle Lewis, thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Good Morning Cybertron. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell a friend, be nice to each other. The last 5 days, at least at least from a lot of the stuff that I've seen, the last 5 days have been really, really bad. I'm sure if you've seen the TF source page, it's been really, really bad for Transformers fandom. So do me a favor, go out there, be nice to everyone. It's sad, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you
Think of your
so
own pals
much.
at GMC. We treat seriousness like it's the Mad Magazine of fucking Transformers podcast. We're brand X.
Mike's World
can't
says.
stand the world. Listen
Go
to
ahead,
us.
Xavier. Sorry. Oh, there you go. Mike's World says, always
there you
the
go.
highlight of my day. Thanks, guys. This is the highlight of my week. Not going to lie. I love these guys. I love doing this show. Gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. Once again, say good night.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Woo! Gotta do it like Macho Man. Ooh, yeah.
That's
For
a
peace.
perfect impression.
Thank you. Thank you.